Hello, everyone. I just want to say this, right? The right that Bola Ahmed Tinubu had in 2014 to call out government is the same right that Aisha Yesufu has in 2024 to call out an illegitimate government. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. We are all citizens in this country. No one is a slave. This country belongs to all of us, and nobody will intimidate us in our own fatherland. Nobody will intimidate us in our own motherland. Nobody will intimidate us in this country that every one of us is a stakeholder to. So all of this talk about trying to get people intimidated, drop it. Drop it. Nothing they break head na brain, they inside blood go gush out. That is it. Whatever. Anyhow, where they want am, na so it go be. This country, like I said earlier, belongs to every one of us. All that thing that some people think that, oh, they have a right, they are the ones, it's their turn to be oppressors and suppressors. It's their turn to give bad governance. It's their turn to give rigged leadership. It's their turn to do and undo. It's their turn to loot, maim. It is our turn to demand for good governance, accountability, and transparency. It is our turn to ensure that Nigeria has the best that it's supposed to have. It is our turn for there to be development in Nigeria. It is our turn for us to have good quality education, free primary and secondary. It is our turn for access to good quality education to no longer be dependent on the economic status of one's family. It is our turn to have reduced employment. It is our turn for the Nigerian green passport to matter wherever it is that we go to. Not the one that today Nigerian passport is ranked 50th in Africa of 54 countries. It's only 4 other people that our passport is better than in Africa. In Africa, not in Africa that we are. We've not even entered the world. It is our turn for our youth not to be running around all over the country looking for countries that they can get their passports to. It is our turn for us to have peace and security in our country. It is our turn for us not to be kidnapped anyhow. People paying ransom are being taken away. It is our turn for development in Nigeria. Yes, that is what we are saying. And nobody is going to stop us. You can stop someone physically, but you know what? The message is out there. It can never be stopped. Internet has receipts. They are there. If you like, put a bullet through this woman, guess what? The message will be out there. All that time where they talk, where we say, they say, I no get sense. Now that time you come, they make sense. People go listen to that. Leave us a bit. Why this? Why don't you go and do this? Why don't you just leave this side? Nigeria is not worth dying for. You don't tell me what is worth dying for and what is not worth dying for. It's better to die for nothing than to live for nothing. Those hiding under the beds, are they not going to carry them from under the beds? Terrorists and kidnappers are attacking everybody. Are they not going inside there to carry every one of us? So nobody, drop it there. Nobody has any more rights than anybody in this country. Nobody. We are all citizens of this country, and there's no one who is a slave. The Tinubu that was opening his mouth to talk anyhow, to tweet, the same right he had to tweet all those tweets is the same right I have to tweet anything that I want to tweet. In November 29, 2013, Tinubu said, if police have become the armed wing of PDP, let us know. If the army is not patriotic towards one party, let us know. We will all join the army. The matter where Tinubu take talk. Now the matter we will take call out is illegitimate government. The same matter we get, now we get. We are all citizens and not slaves in this country. The same matter on 29th of January 2014, where he said the slaughtering of Christian worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls to question the competence of Jonathan to protect Nigerians. Is the same mouth who will tell him that the slaughtering of Christians in Nigeria today also calls to question the competence of Tinubu's illegitimate government to protect the lives and properties of this country. The rigged election that he rigged, his competence to protect the lives and properties of of people in this country, we must ask of that of him. The same right that Tinubu had on the 14th of April 2014 to say that Nigeria's security situation is precarious. Nigerians are tired of excuses and explanations. They want protection for their lives and property. It's the same right. We will also tell him that Nigerians want protection of lives and property. And the illegitimate government right now isn't doing it. Even the excuses they are not giving is to go on a private visit and not be bothered that people are being killed, people are being massacred. Inside your house, you are not safe. Outside your house, you are not safe. Our children are not safe. They will come and carry your child inside your room. They will take the child away. If you don't pay ransom, they kill the child. And then somebody will talk, they say, why would the person talk? There is this thing. One what? One what? What is Tinubu and his DSS and his military and his police going to do that terrorists are not already doing? What is he going to do that bandits are not already doing? Abduction? Kidnapping? Killing? Oh, they're already doing it. They're already doing it. And Nigerians are already facing it. Nigerians are facing the wrath of it all. The same mouth that Tinubu had to say on the 14th of April 2024 that too many lives are being wasted, too much blood being shed, too many lives severed, yet this government carries on with its cavalier attitude, is the same right that we also will say that too many lives are being wasted, too much blood being shed, too many lives severed, yet this illegitimate government carries on with its cavalier attitude as if nothing, unbothered, going off for private visits while citizens are being killed, going off for private visits while people are suffering. People are going through unmitigated horrors. You see that they will carry your daughter. You see that they will carry your son. You see that they will carry your cousin, your husband, your wife, your relative, your loved one. You'll be helpless. The other day I met someone where I had gone to, where they were talking. He was talking about his colleague whose daughter was carried away. She was killed. And he said today the man, as if he's mentally affected. How would he be mentally affected? You know what it is to bring up a child? You know what it is to care for a child? You know what it is to go all of those things? And then you watch your child being taken away and being killed because you didn't pay ransom. And somebody is sitting down somewhere and telling us that we should respect an illegitimate president. Does Nigeria look like it has a president? Does Nigeria look like it has a government? The same mouth that Tinubu had to say during Jonathan that Nigeria did not have a government, the same mouth Right Aisha Yesufu is using to tell Tinubu that Nigeria does not have a government. Nigeria does not have a president. He rigged his way into office to become a worse failure than Buhari in less than 5 months. Who does that? What a waste. And you sit down there and tell us not to talk. The same mouth that Tinubu had on the 19th of May 2014 to say that the Kano attack is a sad reminder that we live in an unsafe country. It's a wake-up call for the Jonathan government. We must confront terrorism. It's the same mouth Aisha Yesufu is using to say the attacks in Nigeria is a sad reminder that we live in an unsafe country. It's a wake-up call for Tinubu's illegitimate government. We must confront terrorism. The same mouth that Tinubu said on the 11th of May 2014 that he said, I pray that the Yoruba nation will continue to enjoy leadership of royal fathers. The Yoruba nation is proud of all its leaders. It's the same mouth that I today, the 5th of February 2024, say to him, royal fathers in Yoruba land are being killed. And guess who doesn't care a hoot and haven't taken the necessary stance? The man who rigged his way into office. He didn't rig to protect lives and properties. He rigged to have unfettered access to the nation's purse. We will say it, whether they like it or not. However they want it, we will continue to speak. Being afraid. Death is not when you can no longer breathe in oxygen and bring out carbon dioxide. Death is when you are afraid to speak because you're afraid of being killed. May God forbid that we are alive and dead. The same mouth, he said a military and police force assembled and paid by the Jonathan government and PDP cannot serve national interests, but they are paymasters. Is the same mouth that I, Aisha Yesufu, say a military and police force assembled and paid by the Tinubu illegitimate government and APC cannot serve national interests by their paymasters. The same mouth that on the 13th of August 2014, Tinubu said, rather than fight terrorists, the government targets opposition. The equipment procured to track and fight Boko Haram is now being deployed against opposition. Is the same mouth that I, Aisha Yesufu, say, rather than fight terrorists, the illegitimate government targets opposing voices. The equipment procured to track and fight terrorists is now being deployed against opposing voices. We will speak whether they like it or not. We will speak. We are citizens. We are not slaves. And I repeat, no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. This is our country. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.